is there a specific secret? Like you've got your 1,000 gallon that you've made so much food on. You use your backyard cookers. Do you feel like you can on your backyard cooker put out the same kind of barbecue you can on your 1,000 gallon, right? What's the secret to try to get that brisket moist from end to end?
A secret would probably be just doing a lot more cooks. Same type of cooker and the same with the same cut of meat. Brisket is definitely the hardest one for sure. I wouldn't say there is like a secret. I think it's really about knowing how hot your cooker actually is. I've said a lot of times that I don't really change the way that I cook, whether I'm cooking a 1,000 gallon pit, a 500, or my backyard pit. It's more so trying to understand like how hot a certain temperature is. Say on my 1,000 gallon, 275 on that, because it has to travel such a long distance. Yeah, the temperature might be accurate, but the fact that it's so close or so much further away to the heat source, it's a little less dramatic. But if I was 275 within my backyard pit, that 275 is probably a little bit more aggressive than it would be on like a very long, like 1,000 gallons pit where there's a lot of space. There's just a lot of factors what it has to do with like how much space you have around it, how aggressive is your fire. Like it's kind of hard to do in a backyard pit, but a lot of times I would have our guys open up like the door of our 1,000 gallon, and I would tell them, feel the heat against your forearm that you're holding up there. Like, do you feel like it's really aggressive, or it's warm, or is it like hair dryer, like a lot of hot air is kind of pulling through? And I think that has to do with, your draw of your pit, but also how big you're building your fire, because the bigger your fire is, the more oxygen it has to have in order to fully draw through the entire smoker. And so I feel like a lot of people tend to build these really large fires in their small firebox, and it has to have a certain amount of air to like pull it all the way through. And that's the thing that kind of causes a lot of problems, because like, oh, 275, but 275 in that small pit with a really large fire with a lot of draw, there's just so much convection that goes on there that you build color really quickly before like it gets to the point where you should go to wrap. And I feel like a lot of people wrap too early because of that.